Welcome to Series 1, How Food Works, a journey through time, taste, and the science behind everything we eat. When Worlds Collided, the Global Table rewritten. For tens of thousands of years, the world was divided. Continents drifted apart, not just by oceans, but by ecosystems, crops, and the unique flavors of each civilization. Then came 1492, when Christopher Columbus, under the Spanish crown, crossed the Atlantic. It wasn't just a journey into the unknown. It was the opening of a floodgate. In his wake came explorers, traders, colonizers, and with them a tidal wave of life, death, and food that would rewrite human history. This wasn't just a meeting of two worlds, it was a collision, and at its core stood food. From the Americas, wonders never before seen in Europe. Corn, nurtured for generations by native hands across the Americas. Potatoes, once buried in the high Andes, destined to become a staple across continents. Tomatoes, once sacred to the Aztecs, now central to Mediterranean cuisine. Cacao, fiery chilies, sweet potatoes, vanilla, and even tobacco. These gifts crossed oceans. They transformed European tables. They sustained millions, reshaped empires, and redefined flavor itself. But what did the New World receive in return? From Europe came wheat, grapes, coffee, flavors foreign to American soil. Cattle, pigs, sheep, and horses, animals that reshaped indigenous ways of life. And then came the shadows. With these ships arrived more than seeds and livestock. They brought invisible passengers, deadly and silent. Smallpox, measles, influenza, typhus. Diseases never seen before in the Americas. Within a century, up to 90% of some indigenous populations vanished. Not by sword or gun, but by microbes. Entire cultures wiped out without warning. Farms abandoned, languages silenced, the greatest demographic collapse in human history, hidden behind sacks of wheat and barrels of wine. This monumental shift is now called the Columbian Exchange. But behind that tidy name lies a storm of innovation and exploitation, nourishment and neglect, gift and grief. And yet, something extraordinary still grew from the wreckage. As ships crossed oceans, the seeds of global cuisine were planted. Imagine Indian curry without chilies, or Italian pasta without tomato sauce, Irish stews without potatoes. Still, the exchange was never equal. Indigenous knowledge was dismissed, land was stolen, labor was forced, and history for centuries was written only from one side. But the flavors endured, and through them, so did memory, identity, and resistance. So next time you sip a cup of coffee, bite into a French fry, or stir tomato sauce into your dinner, remember, you're not just tasting food. You're tasting collision. You're tasting connection. You're tasting the long, tangled legacy of a meal that rewrote the world. If you enjoy this topic, please like and subscribe to keep us motivated for the long journey ahead.